On this episode of Out of the Box Gaming, are special edition and collector's edition games really worth it? You know your opinion, so come hear ours. So power up your favorite console, press play, and enjoy gaming with us. What's up, gamers? Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming. I am your host, Nick Picard, and I am joined by a man that is special, Will Kinsey.
I agree. You're special.
Thanks.
You're special.
Thanks.
If you're joining us for the first time or for the 44th time, we would like to welcome you. Welcome. Yay. We are a gaming podcast where we talk about all types of games, like video games, board games, card games, etc. And sometimes we'll have special guests on here where we learn about their story and their journey into gaming. And you may ask yourself, why are you going to talk about this? Well, it's because we want to, and we think that we have something to say that you may want to hear.
That's right, everyone. We want to share our love of games with you and possibly introduce you to something new.
If you want to catch us live, you can do that by going over to twitch.tv/AceKingKing on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We are also joined this morning by our wonderful producer, Lindsay.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hello.
How's it going? Doing well?
Going well, going well. Also, guys, be sure to check out our Discord because we want to hear from you. So feel free to drop any topic ideas and discussion questions that you guys would love for us to talk about. This can be done by going on over to our Discord, going to the topic ideas and discussion questions text channel, and typing away.
Yeah. And now I believe Lindsay is ready with our trivia question for the episode. Lindsay, what do you have for us today?
Hi, guys. I got one that you may or may not know, which I don't know why I said that because that's pretty much all of them. My question. What was the first video game to feature basketball legend Michael Jordan?
I don't know all the basketball games. Oh! All right.
I just 100% got like something stuck in my head.
Same here.
That I'm like, I don't even know if it's an actual video game.
Same.
But it's
Same.
there, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I wonder if
related to a movie.
I wonder if we're on the same page here.
It's related to a movie.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that is a phenomenal question that you have for us today, Lindsay. If you guys at home want to think about that question, we're gonna come back to it at the end of the episode. We'll give our answers, then we'll hear the correct answer. So yeah, stick around, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. Today. Well, yeah. We have a special
What was that?
episode for you. But what is so special? No, I mean, that's just the title of the episode. What is so special? We're talking about special edition games, consoles, all that. Anything basically that is higher than the standard game. So, special collectors, deluxe, like all the different, things that they have that they'll like
Game
label
of
their
the year?
games. What, we're going to do that?
Game of the Year edition was the thing, but I don't think it ever included anything extra.
Maybe it. I don't know. I didn't look into that. I was mostly looking at the special edition and all that stuff.
I literally just thought of it. I was like, oh yeah, that was a thing.
So now with the, what's so special about these things? We're just going to basically talk about and go through on if we think these are really worth it or not. Because a lot, because like these companies, they'll come out with like, hey, there's this game. Also, check out the special edition or the collector's edition. Go and check that out. Because, hey, more money for us if you buy it. We're going to, try to convince you to get that thing. But is it really worth it? Now, I know from experience, I have bought a few, like special edition, collector's edition, and all that stuff. I have done that. And I can say if it was worth it or not. I can't remember all the different ones I have bought. I've thought of three different ones. Yeah, and honestly, I don't even think Lindsay has gotten any like special edition. Or wait, did you get anything? Was there a special edition Nancy Drew game or something?
No,
No. Okay.
those aren't a thing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, Will, would you want to start or me or whatever? I mean, I can go through with different ones that I've gotten, and then also like I don't have a big list. But I did pull up some different like collector's edition that has been popular and just kind of go over and see if it's something that would be worth it or whatever. Also, keep forgetting, I do need to like visit the like limited edition consoles if they're worth it as well. So, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
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 I personally don't have experience with the consoles, I don't think, that I can think of. But yeah. All right. So, okay, one of the things that I know I did buy the collector's edition was Star Wars The Old Republic. It's the MMO that is now, basically, it's free to play. I mean, you still could do the monthly subscription thing to it if you want. I mean, honestly, the best thing that I found is if you go on there, buy something to get that preferred status, where it gives you extra boost or something, but not what you get that subscribers would get. But you just, little things that you can't get, like you can run faster, you can like be able to ride them out, like at a earlier level than others. But with that collector's edition, I'm trying to remember everything that I got. I know I saw it on one of these lists that I had. But I know I did get this authenticator key, and it still works. I still use it if I ever get on the game. And I did get so the game came in a still case, for the game to, pop in and download. Though nowadays you just download it from like the website or something, or off of Steam or whatever. Gosh, man, where is it? I know I saw it earlier through all these like different lists that I had. Here it is. Okay, yeah. So it also came with a book. I don't remember what was in the book. I think maybe it was a book of like different art or whatever throughout the game, which is kind of cool. It came in a really big box as well. I used to keep the box. I don't think I still have it anymore. It came with a map of the galaxy, from the game. It came with the soundtrack, which I have the soundtrack in my car. Yes, my car still plays CDs, and I still play CDs in my car. Yes.
But when was the last time you listened to the soundtrack?
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then also it came with the statue that I don't have over here anymore. I used to display it, and I think it's in the closet now.
It's in the closet right now.
But it's I can't remember the guy's name.
Darth Malgus?
An 8-inch tall Darth Malgus statue. Honestly,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I think the price was like $120 whenever it came out. So this came out
that's
back.
a steal.
Yes. Yeah. This came out back in like, when was it? 2010, 2011? I don't know.
It was before we met.
It was before we met. I think it was like 2010 or something whenever it came out. But with all the stuff that you got from this, and for that price, I'm like, you know what? Like, I ended up getting, because I know I was going to play that game for a while, and I played it for, a few years, and every now and then I may get in the, mood to play it again, and I'll hop on and I'll still play it. But like the statue that it came with, something like that, people would buy like $120 itself for it. So I was very pleased with my purchase with that, with everything that I got.
Yeah. That's the book that one of the cats chewed on.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like especially the authenticator. I mean, back then when we didn't have like phones that you can download an app for, and like link things for the authenticator code, you would have to buy an authenticator key separately, and those would be like, I think like $15 or something like that, 15, 20, I don't know. But yeah, I mean the statue alone, like that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to get it. So that one for me was definitely worth it. Would I do it now? If it was still that price, but nowadays it probably wouldn't be that price. It'd probably be much
Yeah,
higher, and I
probably
would be
not.
like, no, I'll pass. I'll pass.
And you wouldn't even get a physical copy of the game. You would
Yeah.
just get like a little plastic case with a cardboard bit in it for like a code that you redeem online.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even get a CD.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, but the real question is, when you asked, would you get it now?
Would I get it now? No.
No. The real question is, would I say, yeah, let's get that? I mean, you will quickly find out
Fair.
my opinion on these.
Yeah. Well, if you want, I mean, have you?
I can talk about one or two that I've done. So one of the coolest ones that like it was very polarizing for me
Mhm.
because the stuff that came with the edition itself was phenomenal. But the game was a little disappointing. But I still thought it was very much worth it. So Fallout 4, the Pip-Boy edition, that actually came with a Pip-Boy that you could put
Oh,
on your
I
arm.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah, it
that.
was so cool. It had like this like big green like case that the Pip-Boy like came in, and it had like a book and the game in it. Again, I don't know what the book had, and it was like, random art and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But the
Yeah.
Pip-Boy was cool, you know? I don't remember how much it was when it first came out. Um, but I just remember like up until that point, I
$100.
hadn't
$100.
really I mean, that's a steal. Up until that point, I hadn't really seen a lot of special editions, collector's editions that I was like absolutely nutty for.
Yeah.
Like there were some really cool ones that like I'll mention later that I think I might have gotten before this one. But having a Pip-Boy in the game and it just being such an iconic bit of like technology or gear in that game, and then they were just like, you know what, we're gonna give you a Pip-Boy, which, yeah, it was plastic and it was janky, but it was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, in my opinion, that Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition, like, that was worth it. The game, little rough. However, in VR, now that they have Fallout 4 VR,
Mhm.
phenomenal. Um, but yeah, that was one of my favorites, just because the Pip-Boy.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with some of the collectors one, they'll like some of them they'll knock it out of the park, especially
Yeah,
like with it being $100. Because nowadays you would spend $100 and you would just get like maybe extra stuff in game and nothing physical.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I know I have done that. I can't remember the game that I've actually. I was like, you know what, I want to get that. I think it was the Borderlands 3, which was one of the ones I had on my list. Which I guess I'll go into that. Was the
Okay.
yeah, Borderlands 3. I guess it was the was it the special edition? Um I don't know. It came with the steel case, or super deluxe edition. Maybe that was it. It came with a steel case, and that was like the only physical thing that it came with was that was the
Really?
steel case. Yeah, everything else it was it was just it came with the base game. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Um, it included the season pass. So a lot of the special editions or something, it seems like they'll include season pass where you can buy the season pass separately, which will probably be more so than if you just buy it then.
Right.
Which is fine. I understand of the value of like raising the price on that. But still, I feel like if I'm going to get what it says, like a certain kind of edition, like special deluxe or whatever, I feel like I should get more. I mean, this one it gave more, but it was just all in-game content. So like, let's see, there was 4 campaign DLC, new story missions and challenges. It had a weapon skin, a trinket skin, not a skin, a trinket, and a grenade mod. And then also cosmetic packs. Retro cosmetic pack. No, okay, no, it had like 4 cosmetic packs. And the thing is, I want to just straight up say this was not worth it. Because the game
Really?
itself, I was kind of like a little disappointed in the game. Like I played Borderlands 2 with a couple friends, and I absolutely love Borderlands 2. And when we heard Borderlands 3 was coming out, I was like, oh sweet, we're going to get this, we're going to play. Played Borderlands 3, and I did not enjoy the game as much as I enjoyed Borderlands 2. So with that,
Same.
like with that, and I bought this super deluxe edition that cost, I think it was $100 or whatever, if I remember correctly. I didn't play. I don't think I played any of the DLC. Like we beat the game or whatever. We're like, we're just gonna wait for the DLC to come out. And I think one of them came out. Maybe we did pop on and started that DLC, but I can't remember. But there was at least 3 of the DLC that I didn't do, and I've already gotten rid of the game. Because there was nothing about the game that just hooked me and kept like maybe wanted to come back to play it, keep playing it. And then the thing is with the
That's fair.
skins, it's a first person shooter game, and I know having some of the skins are kind of cool, but you don't really get to see it that much.
No.
But I mean, I think with this, even though like it was $100 and I got like a lot of in-game content, which was really not worth it, because a lot of the stuff with in-game content that you'll see with like hey, this is a like even like a digital edition or something, or a special edition, like they'll give you like some where it deals with weapons or spells or something. It's like, hey, we'll give you this exclusive thing from this edition, but it's so janky and crappy that you're going to use it maybe at the beginning, but then like an hour into the game you'll find something better and you'll never use it again.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I can say that with the Star Wars one, the Star Wars one that I got that I just mentioned, Star Wars Old Republic, it came with in-game stuff that I still use. One of the things was a yellow black crystal. No, it was just a yellow crystal for the lightsaber, and it was really cool that I could show that off. It also came with some other things like VIP for whenever you go to the fleet or something. And like it did come with like some cool and good like in-game content that I would still use. Like it came with a mount that I wouldn't have to like pay for or anything. But the crystal, I think it was +2 endurance to whatever. But the thing is, like you'll go later and it's like you're going to get something else that's just going to be better. And like it was fun for like the hour 2 hours that you had it, but then you just found something better and it's like, well, you're never going to use it again. So that's one of the problems that I have with these different editions. Whenever they advertise those, it's like, I mean, you're just going to give me something that is just going to be a piece of crap like an hour into gameplay.
Yeah.
So, but back
Now,
with the
sometimes they do give you, like in the Old Republic,
Mhm.
there are those bits of gear that you can get that will scale with you as you level up.
Yeah.
So sometimes they'll really hook you up with something that looks really nice and is always going to be relevant even into the end game. Now that's extremely rare, but if you
Mhm.
can find it,
Yeah.
that's really good.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's usually cosmetic or something that'll help you get through the first like hour tutorial bit, maybe like the first little bit of the game.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
And maybe a cool mount.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll still use that mount from the Old Republic from now. I mean, just because like I think it was only if you had like that it was that edition or maybe the edition before that one that only got that mount. But you probably can buy
Oh,
it
nice.
now. I mean, the game's been out forever that you probably can buy it now. There's different things you buy, so I mean, it doesn't feel like as special anymore, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, the Borderlands 3 one, I mean that it just for me it was not worth it. It was, and I think the problem with it is because I didn't enjoy the game as much, and that's probably why I feel like it wasn't worth it because I didn't get my value out of it.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I don't even know if I finished Borderlands 3. I was fairly disappointed in that game,
Yeah.
sadly. um Goodness.
No, I have one more collector's edition I can talk about.
Okay, I've
But
got a couple more, so I'll rifle off two that are like the same game series, if
okay,
you don't mind.
okay.
Um, so the Assassin's Creed series has actually done
Mm,
really well with their collector's editions and stuff like that throughout the years, and I've gotten a couple of them, and I've never been disappointed with them, and always thought they were worth it. One of my favorites that I still have all of the stuff for to this day is the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood collector's edition that came with a little Jack in the Box of the Harlequin killer, the one with the Harlequin mask and the two daggers,
mm.
which was a playable character in the multiplayer that was really good in that game specifically.
Not gonna lie, I thought you said Harley Quinn, and I was terribly confused.
Harlequin, like what her name's based on, the clown, Renaissance clown. Um,
Continue.
yeah. It was just phenomenal. Like, still to this day, I have that box, that Jack in the Box,
Mm-hmm.
on my nightstand at my mom's house, which I need to go and get it, but it's there. I know exactly where it is. And it came with an art book, which most of their editions do come with an art book that gives you a little bit of lore about the world and then some of
Yeah.
the art for the characters and things like that, which I really like. And then a it had a really nice detailed map of Rome in the game. It was fantastic. But the Jack in the Box, like by itself to me, was definitely worth it. And I just looked it up, and you can get one of these for almost $500. So I think it might have retained its value pretty well
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
um, Goodness, yeah. So I really enjoyed that one. And then the next one, I ended up giving most of the collector stuff away to my little sister,
Okay.
but Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, they had the
Oh.
limited edition. I think it might have also been called the like Buccaneer edition, or that might have been a different edition. But it had an actual like the flag from Black Flag with the Assassin's Creed symbol and the skull. um, and it had a little statue, like an eight, or not a little statue, it was like 18-inch statue of Edward Kenway, the like main protagonist from that game,
Yeah.
like swinging from the top of a pirate mast with his sword out.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. That figure looks awesome. I just looked it up.
Yeah. And again, art book, and I think that one came with a steel case and some other goodies.
Soundtrack.
Oh, and a soundtrack, which I
Yeah.
mean, the Black Flag soundtrack.
Oh
Come on.
yeah. Yeah.
So that one was amazing. My little sister at the time loved pirates,
Do
and we lived in the Florida Keys and everything. So she ended up commandeering most of the limited edition stuff from that, but it was still very much worth it, and it was a fantastic purchase.
Do you remember
And
how much that
yeah,
one was?
they um, mm, I don't think it was any more than like 120.
Okay.
It wasn't super expensive.
See, with things like that, where like
And it was a huge statue, so,
with
like, definitely worth it.
with the different editions or whatever,
Yeah, 18-inch.
the biggest problem that I would have is the like how much it is.
Right.
Because there'll be some where it's like, oh hey, here's this, but it costs like 200 and something. I feel like there was one for it was for For Honor.
I
I
feel
th-
like they
I th-
tended to be better deals in the past. but I don't know if the current
Nowadays?
ones
No.
are as good of deals.
No.
Heck to the no. I want to say it. Yeah, so there was one for For Honor. It was the what? Apollyon
Apollyon.
edition or whatever. Yeah, so they had a collector's edition, but then they had a Apollyon edition that came with a statue of the I think it's the bad guy in the story.
Apollyon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that one was hundreds of dollars, and it's mostly just for the statue. And I'm like, back in the day, like, I mean, from you said from the statue you got and from the statue I got from a game, like, we spent 120 for this. And nowadays, like, you would spend like 120, you're just going to get like in-game content most of the time.
Yeah.
You may get something physical, but like this was like hundreds of dollars. Like, are you kidding me? Like, no.
Yeah, and I mean, as someone who, I collect figures. I have roommates who collect figures, like really high-end figures that are hundreds, thousands of dollars. If it's a high enough quality figure, I can see that, but also, why would that be what you include with an edition of a game? Like the Edward Kenway one and the other figures that we've talked about so far in this episode were usually like kind of plain plastic or PVC,
Yeah.
painted figures. I mean, if that Apollyon figure was made of some high quality plastics, polymers, whatever,
Yeah.
and was just really well done, I could see them charging that much, but I don't know why you would want that quality of figure to be included with your game.
Yeah.
I would just sell that as something separate and put something lower quality, but people are still going to want in a lower priced collector's edition.
I mean,
if that makes sense.
and their gold edition that they had, it was a statue that had a helmet of the different clans from that time. The Viking, the samurai, and had the Knight clan or something. I can't remember. Yeah, it was just a statue that just had a helmet of those three, which is not as cool as like the other statue that costs like hundreds of dollars, but it's like, I mean, at that point, it's like, no, it's not worth it. So,
Right. Yeah.
and I feel like For Honor was one of the ones where I thought about getting, or maybe I did, and I bought the special edition that may have came with season pass or something. I don't know. But yeah. What was the other one? Yeah, my other one. So the only other one that I can think of that I know I bought the collector's edition was Call of Duty Black Ops. This one was it was my freshman year in college, because I remember getting this. I went to the midnight. I went to the midnight release for this, and I got it, and it came with a RC car.
Ooh, that's fun.
And it was like from in the game, it had on the multiplayer, it had a like perk thing or whatever, or not a perk, a kill streak thing where you get to do it. It was an explosive RC car, so that's what it came with.
It explodes.
Not the IRL one, but in the game it did. Like, you would go to it, get
I was like, what a waste of money. You use it once and it explodes.
But the thing, like, what was kind of cool about it was, one, I didn't like the control. Well, this is not cool. I didn't like the controller that it had for the RC car. I wasn't used to that kind of controller, but it was still kind of cool. Like, it had a handle, and and the trigger you could do up or down for, reverse or forward or whatever, and then the wheel for turning left or right. But what was really cool was on the RC car, it had a camera, and then on the controller, it had the little screen for the video, what you could see.
Nice.
So, and then also came with like a badge medallion type thing or whatnot. At the time, I thought this was cool. Like, yeah, it was worth it. I don't remember how much I paid for it. But nowadays, when I think about it, I'm like, no, it was not worth it, because that RC car was, just very cheap piece of plastic, and I have no idea where it is. But at the time, it was really, really cool, because I remember going down the dorm hallway, going all the way down to our friend Joey's room, and like banging the car against the door. until he would like open the door, and then I mean, I don't even think I can like talk into it or anything, but just did that and enter his room and stuff, and then yeah, so
That controller is as big as the RC car.
yeah.
I
But yeah,
mean,
at the
it's
time,
got to
that's
be
cool.
built tough for the military.
Yeah. Or in my case, it had to be built tough for dorm room doors. But yeah, yeah, it was. I mean, it's kind of cool, like at the time, but I don't think if I remember how much I paid for it, I'll probably say yeah, it was worth it because you got a RC car or whatever. But even though the RC car was kind of piece of crap.
Ooh, goodness, got him. I mean, that's fun. An RC car
Yeah, that
with
was
a
fun.
game. That's fun.
But it seems
If you had a button that made it make like an explosion noise,
yeah,
that would be a little extra flavor. That would just like
Or if there
nice.
was like a communication system built in, so you could hear and talk.
And I feel like a lot of special editions. It seems like they just go around the statue route for what you want. Let me just look over because I mean that was like all the ones I can think of. Some of them worth it. Like nowadays, it just seems like from what we were saying that of what they would offer today and all that, it doesn't really seem worth it, especially for the the price that they would put on it. Like it does not seem worth it nowadays.
Yeah, definitely not. There's one more that I wanted to talk about, and I was trying to see if I could find it because I know I have it somewhere around my apartment, but I can't seem to find it. But it's the collector's edition of Gears of War 3, which was one of the first collector's editions that I like specifically myself went out and bought.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it, and the way they made it was very impressive. So in the game, the main character Marcus Phoenix, his dad, well, multiple people are given these like reward like plaque things.
Yeah.
That have a gear, like a big old cog.
Yes.
Because that's like a whole thing about the Gears of War. And it's like a commemorative thing, like you're, a treasure to society, you're a hero to humanity, blah blah blah. So in the game, you see one of these, and then they copied the exact like what it looks like. It's like a black rectangle with some like design work on it and a cog. That was the collector's edition game case. And you could open it up, and that cog was actually like a big real metal cog with like inscription around it for like the motto of the whatever the cogs.
Dr. Adam Phoenix for service to humanity
Yeah,
or something.
that thing. And a big like cog flag and some other stuff. It was really well done. It was just an extremely well done collector's edition.
The
And
statue.
again, like I thought it was worth it. I thought it was very worth it.
I mean, with a lot of these older ones, like we've been saying, it seems like back in the day they were worth it.
Yeah.
But it's just nowadays it just doesn't seem like it would be worth it. Because like I was saying before, it seems like a lot of the newer ones or whatever is just in-game content. Which I know some people it will, especially like the digital edition ones. Like they want to get they want to give a digital edition for people that would only do the digital, but they'll get something like in game, and that I mean obviously that's all they're going to get. But some people, some collectors, they like the physical thing. We just don't see it that much anymore. We may see. Right. I think Ubisoft might be the only one that would still continue to do some of that stuff, but. Because I know that was ones that we were mentioning, like the Assassin's Creed, and then there was another one I think that I pulled up. But yeah,
are they even doing like statues and stuff still?
I don't know. Like there might be some that would still do statues, but it's just you don't see it as much, and they'll charge out the wazoo for some of these editions. and it would just be like in-game content that you aren't really gonna like use that much, which is really sad.
Right.
I was trying to find, because I was like, Call of Duty Cold War is the most recent
Mhm.
Call of Duty to come out, and I was trying to see if there was some sort of collector's edition for that.
I don't think
don't
there
even
is one.
see anything. It doesn't
Really?
look like there was one, and if there was something, it was probably just digital download stuff.
Yeah, and then I know
What's
this
another
was
game coming out?
this was just like a special. I looked it up recently. It was the new Lego Star Wars game to come out. And for me, I'm probably going to opt out and getting the special edition one that they have, because I think of what it showed that it's going to add. It's going to add Mandalorian 1 and 2, and I think it's going to add the in between movies like Rogue One and stuff. And I think it's only for like maybe $10 more or something. I'm like, heck yeah! I mean, if that gives me like more of the in-game content, then like for $10 more, then absolutely yes, why not?
Here's a good one we can look at. Cyberpunk. They had a collector's edition.
Oh yeah.
When it came out. So a box it comes in. A figure that's 10 inches tall of, I don't know what, somebody on something. It's very specific.
I hope it's Keanu Reeves.
I don't think it is.
Oh.
Some postcards. I mean, there's a lot in this one.
Yeah, but how much is it?
Yeah, you want to know how much it was?
Yeah, I want to know how much it is.
$250.
$250. Now that's something back in the day that if we
And
got,
you don't even get Keanu Reeves.
that looks like something like some of the stuff. It may have a few extra things, but some of the stuff that we would get like when we were younger, like some of the stuff that we said that we did buy, and we
For like $100 less.
for like $100 less. Like what's making this like?
It's got a lot in it, but a lot of it is just like rinky-dink stuff, like stickers.
Yeah, stickers. That's like
And
nothing.
Pins, like that you put on.
Yeah, stickers and pins is like stuff that GameStop would give out for free whenever you
Embroidered
pre-order
patches.
something.
Yeah. A metal
That's
keychain.
pre-order stuff.
Yeah.
A collectible steel notebook. It did come with digital content as well. Some wallpapers, a digital comic, art booklet, original score, so the soundtrack, and then a source book. But $250. At that point, you're paying for the game and the statue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because those stickers did not cost a lot to manufacture.
I mean, the statue may not like
An art book
may not
also.
even been like much to make either, but yeah. And then like I was saying with the Lego Star Wars thing, I looked up the between the standard and the deluxe edition. So the deluxe, it says it comes with 6 DLC packs in a character collection bundle: Mandalorian pack 1 and 2, Rogue One, classic characters, Solo, Star Wars Story, Star Wars: The Bad Batch, and it's only $10 more than the standard.
Now these are character packs, or they give full-on DLC storyline as well.
Edition. Okay. Saga Deluxe Edition, and enjoy more of the galaxy far, far away. In addition to the base game, the Deluxe Edition includes 6 DLC packs in a character collection bundle. I would think. I mean, with it having these different stories, I feel like it would have something like it would have the extra. It would have some story. Because I wouldn't really see it just being different characters. With Mandalorian Pack 1 and 2, Mandalorian is basically the same character in both. I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's probably some kind of fun.
I mean, if it's story, then $10 more, and if it's like adds a good amount of like story to it, then sure.
Now the Valhalla one was a little more reasonable. The game, it looks like a poster, a notebook, like a good quality notebook. It looks like
Yeah.
a bandana, a keychain, a statue, a ball of some sorts, a mug. It was $100 when it first came out.
Wow. Yeah, that's
So
good.
I mean,
Pretty-
and
pretty good
considering
cost.
the game was what, 70 for PS5? Was it
I
70?
think something like that. No,
You
no, no, no,
know.
no. It was still 60 because I remember Ubisoft
60.
said that when their games that were already set to come out, for like even for the new consoles, they were still going to keep it $60 for now.
So,
Nice. Yeah, no, that's a good price.
yeah, that's much better.
Heck yeah.
And so I think you just gotta look and see, is it something that I would actually want?
Yeah.
Is it something that, like, is it stuff that I can, like, get a lot cheaper on Etsy or Amazon?
Jeez. There was on some of the lists that I pulled up of the different like collector's edition, there was an Assassin's Creed Odyssey one. It came with a lot of stuff, but the statue's huge. But this one, it cost $220.
Oh wow.
Yeah, statue would look cool though. Let's see, there was one for Death Stranding that cost. Actually, it's not saying the price, so never mind. The God of War one, that would have been one that I would have probably opted in getting because it came with a sick A statue. I don't even know how much it was worth or how much it cost when it came out. It's not saying, but yeah. Like some of it just seems like nowadays it's like, just look at it and think about it. It's like, is it really worth it? If it's a game that you know that you're going to enjoy, even though it's hard to tell with ones that you know you're going to enjoy, then it might be worth it. If you're a collector with some of these like that have different statue and stuff, then it might be worth it. If it's something that you are wanting to get it, not open it, and then try to resell, that is
Don't be that guy.
that's a
Just don't
big
be that guy.
that's a big risk. I mean, because you don't know if it's going to go up in value or not. It may be something that people are not going to care about at all. It could be like maybe a game that you think is going to be big. It turns out to be a flop, and no one's going to want that collector special edition that you got. Same thing with consoles, which I know that we said that we were going to, try to talk about the limited edition consoles. That one, is there really, look, the limited edition consoles, like, they look good. Like, don't get me wrong, they look good. I don't know, like, I can't remember if they are a higher value, like if you had to buy it, like if it costs more. I think you do have to pay a little bit more for it to be in the, like, a special design on it. It looks good, but the thing is it's only appealing to you, and are you gonna see their console all the time? I know with like some, like nowadays people with like the entertainment centers, they may not have that console on display. Like it may just be like, like tucked in there. Like some people, they'll just do digital. Like they may not have it where, people can see it. But the thing is, it's like, is there anything special like hardware, about it compared to, the normal one? No. Like it's not going to perform better. So you just got to ask yourself, is it worth the extra money of getting it? Or if you're one of those people that think, oh, I want to get it and not open it and then try to resell it, do you really think you're going to, resell it at a higher price? Maybe at the very beginning when somebody wanted it, but then if you wait years down the road, no one's probably going to even care at that point.
Right.
I've never experienced like myself of getting a limited edition console. I think I had the chance of getting a handheld one, like a 3DS or something, but I didn't. I was like, it's not really worth the money to me. Like, it looks good and stuff, like, it's kind of cool, but, overall, like, this, like, I don't want to have to spend, like, $100 or $100+ more for something that does the same thing just because it has a different design on it. If really what I wanted, I could just find like and they would even do that, and they still do it nowadays. You can find like a decal or something that you can slap on it, or like a wrap that people would make, and you can put on it if you want to bedazzle your console.
Right.
But I know it's not official, but it does the same thing.
Yeah. A lot of those like special edition consoles usually don't have much of a hardware difference from their standard brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there might be some special edition consoles out there that were given a little extra love. I just can't name any off the top of my head. But that also reminded me of like special edition controllers, which I know is kind of a tangent, but I did get, I think it was either Modern Warfare 2 or 3,
Mm-hmm.
might have been 3, but there was a special edition Xbox 360 controller
Mm-hmm.
that was like Modern Warfare 3. It was like a little camo and it had MW3 on it,
Yeah.
but it had all these extra buttons, and all of the like buttons on it had been swapped out for these like extra sensitive or like special buttons um that just like made the whole controller feel nicer. It had a little bit of a like nice weight to it.
Yeah.
um so like in that aspect there was an increase in the quality and even the performance of that bit, which I thought was,
I mean,
worth to mention, because a lot of times you have consoles that are like, just like you said, they
the
slap a
consoles,
design on them
the consoles,
and
I feel
man.
like it doesn't have the performance. There's not a difference in performance, but with a
Yeah.
controller, I feel like there would be. Now, I do have a special like a Star Wars edition PS4 controller. I still have, and on the touchscreen, it has in the Star Wars font. It just says Star Wars like throughout the whole thing. The buttons are
Mhm.
different colors. The triggers are different colors. There's red and blue for the dark side and light side.
Oh,
And
that's fun.
it's really cool, and it's really pretty to look at. It also has like I think white joystick things. It's beautiful. Um, I can't say that it performed better. Honestly, I could say that it performed worse because something happened and it seemed like the jump button or like the X button was kind of like stuck or something, and I had to get
Oh
it
no.
fixed. And then whenever I got it fit, like even the trigger, the shoot trigger, if you were playing FPS, it wasn't working, or it was constantly just going down. I had to get it fixed. And then whenever I got it
Oh.
back, it was like oversensitive. So basically, it's there for just to look at. So because I don't like I still have my PS4, but I don't even really use it that much. So
Right.
um, but yeah, it's just one of those where it's like, I love Star Wars. I have a PS4. I don't know if I'll use it. It may just be like really pretty to look at and all that stuff. And I mean, I still have it on display. Like it still like looks really really good. So, but yeah, I didn't even think about
Yeah,
the
I
controllers.
right. um and I guess similar to you, I've never really had like the special edition consoles. I had gotten a couple of like handhelds that were special editions, like a Pokemon themed 3DS XL,
Hmm.
Nintendo 3DS XL. Uh, my roommates both have like special switches. One of them has like a Pikachu switch, and we actually just got a Pikachu controller for his Pikachu switch. So it's like all Pikachu. It's pretty great.
Yeah,
But again, just a switch, just a controller. Although the controller is very nice because it's wireless and you can plug in a headset to it, which is primo.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, nothing special other than the looks for the most part on consoles, as far as I am aware. Watch
Honest,
there like magically be a whole nother system in there.
honestly, I think overall, I would much prefer to get like special edition um controllers over the console itself.
Oh yeah,
If
yeah.
if it came separately, because I know like with Switch, I know they had an Animal Crossing one, which I think the dock look different or whatever, but it had pretty colors for like the Joy-Cons. But I know
Yeah,
with
my roommate's got that one on
yeah.
hers.
But like performance wise, it doesn't do anything different. It just, it looks nice. Um, but then whenever it comes to just like controllers, like I feel like I see the controller more and it's, appealing to look at and I can, show that off easier, better than, a console itself. And I'll say that when
Yep.
yeah. I'll say whenever Nintendo had one of their like I can't remember what they call like one of their conferences or whatever where they were showing off stuff. A Nintendo Direct, that's what it's called. And they were
It's called a Nintendo Direct.
Gotcha. Whenever they were showing off the Skyward Sword, coming for the Switch or whatever, but they showed those Joy-Cons. Those things were beautiful. I don't know if you have seen them. I mean, you can look it up now. But whenever I saw those, I was like, man, that would be some Joy-Cons that I would get. Just because, I mean, I don't like if they cost anything. Like things with the controllers, they don't even cost that much compared to the normal amount. I think with the Star Wars one, that PS4 controller, like what the controllers cost like $50, that may have cost $60. It was $10 more for it to have like a beautiful design on it with all these different things. I don't know how much more these Joy-Cons, the Skyward Sword Joy-Cons, cost or anything, compared to the normal. But I feel like with it's 80, and I think what Joy-Cons are normally like. Maybe it's the same price. I don't know. Those aren't like there's not a big price difference in that. I feel like with consoles it could be like it's not like a $10 price difference. It's going to be like maybe $100 price difference. And that's where I don't feel like the consoles are worth it. And like I said, I would be more there's more of a chance of me getting a controller that is like a special edition or something. Even if it's like a $10 difference. So
I feel that, man. I'm 100% with you.
I do like the special edition Switches, though.
Yeah, the Switches are
like the Animal Crossing. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was pretty colors.
I haven't seen that rose gold Switch yet, so
yeah, that would be awesome. We might be buying a new Switch. But still waiting for that PS5 controller, though.
Yeah, still waiting for those to come out, like new colors. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we talked more about this than what we thought we were going to.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was expecting like a 45 minutes, maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're good, I'm good to move on.
I'm good.
Sweet. Well, we're gonna move on to our nostalgia game of the week as I just pull up the wheel now. Because I forgot to do it. This is where we spin a wheel, has, a list of games on it, give us that nostalgia feel, and whatever it lands on, we'll talk about it. And if you have any suggestions for us to put on the wheel, please join the Discord, go to the podcast section, and there's a nostalgia wheel text channel there. You can just pop it in, and I'll get around to adding more to the wheel. So, yeah. And this week, our game is Tekken.
Nice.
Tekken, a fighting game.
Tekken.
Yo, I'm just gonna say my experience with Tekken is not on console at all. My experience is going to the arcade and playing Tekken.
Ooh.
That's my experience. That was like one of the fighting games that I would go into the arcade if I wanted to play a game. It's like, oh, there's this fighting game, I'll play it, and I enjoyed it. I don't know which character it was I enjoyed playing, but that's where I played Tekken, and I never really cared to get it on console or anything. But that's like one of the first like fighting games that I played.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that was the very first fighting game that I ever played. Well, technically Tekken 3.
Okay.
That was the first fighting game I ever played for the PlayStation 1. And man, I love that game.
Yeah.
I I really, really, really enjoyed it. I remember some of my earliest memories, like legit earliest memories in life, are playing Tekken 3 and Mech Warrior 2 on the PlayStation 1 with my dad. Um, and I was maybe 3 years old, maybe like. And I don't even know if I was actually playing or if my dad was just like playing and handed me the controller and I thought I was the other guy, but it was actually the computer. I don't know. Um, but yeah, after, my dad gave me his PlayStation 1 and I had all of those games, I grew up for years playing the same games. So, from I guess probably 6 to 11, I only had a PlayStation 1 and a few games like Frogger 2, Mech Warrior 2, Tekken 3. So I got really familiar with Tekken, and I still in Soul Calibur, I still play Yoshimitsu, who was my favorite Tekken character. So he's stuck with me for my whole life. um, but yeah, that game is super nostalgic for me. Even though
Yeah.
I'm absolutely terrible at the new versions of the game, Tekken's still super nostalgic for me.
Yeah. I did look up the character that I played in Tekken a lot. It was Martial Law.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason why I played him is because it just made me think of Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Martial law. The names in that game.
All right. Well, that was our nostalgic game.
You didn't even ask me
Oh,
about
yeah,
that
all right.
game.
Let's see what
Oof.
I'm thinking.
Not a thing.
Yeah, I figured.
Not a thing.
Let's see. I mean, I don't know if we'll have time to talk about what we've been playing. I mean, it hasn't really been much.
I mean, Apex and Stardew, that's it for me.
Apex,
Astroneer.
Apex, League, and Astroneer. Will and I have been playing Astroneer, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So
they've been playing on Nick's stream, so
Yeah.
go check that out.
So if you ever want to watch us, play some games like Astroneer, which I'm sure we're going to continue it, probably this coming up week. You can go there and check it out. It's been a lot of fun. Very, very chill survival game. I'm very much
A
enjoying
very
it.
chill survival game.
Very much enjoying it. Yeah, so we're going to move on to our out of the box gaming news. I feel like I just got shot there. Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming News with Lindsay Picard.
Epic is set to lose at least $330 million in its battle to gain market share from Steam, mainly due to its offering exclusive games and free titles on its Epic Games Store. Days Gone game director Jeff Ross revealed that when Sony Bend pitched its sequel idea to PlayStation, it involved a shared universe with co-op play. The first major system software update for the PS5 arrived earlier this week, with new storage options, social features, and personalization settings. Teen Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is officially coming to Nintendo Switch. Sucker Punch's job recruitment website shows the Ghost of Tsushima developer is seeking a multiplayer network programmer, noting the position will bring creativity to life in a spectacular multiplayer game. And despite reports that buyers were interested in acquiring JRPG powerhouse Square Enix, the company revealed in a press release that we do not consider selling off the company or any part of its businesses. Back to you guys.
Sweet. Let's see, what was it? Epic set to, that's a lot of money to be losing. But hey, Epic, look, I love you for, giving out, free games. Because I think there's going to be a free game coming out, I think, later this month. It's Alien Isolation. If you go to their thing on the computer or whatever, I think they're giving, I don't even know if it's now, I've been seeing it around that they're giving that for free. It's like, hey, Epic, thank you for, giving games out for free. Like, I know a
That's
lot.
a good game, too.
I know a lot of people don't like a lot of people don't like Epic Games, and I think it's because they refer to Epic Games, just associate that just directly with Fortnite, and a lot of people just hate on Fortnite. But you know, Epic does a lot of other stuff, and they do, like, I mean, they do what the Unreal Engine. Yeah, they do Unreal Engine. So they do a lot of good for you know, the gaming industry. So I know they do some other, you know, things that people don't like, but I don't know all those. But I
They do
mean,
some shiesty stuff.
yeah. I mean, but you can't say that they don't do any good. I mean, they do some good. Like, where would we be without what, Unreal Engine? Because a lot of platforms use the Unreal Engine. What was it, 3, and now it's 4 that's out, or 5? I can't even keep up. I know there's another, what, Frostbite is another like software thing that games would use to, but yeah, Unreal Engine, that's one of the main ones that you see nowadays that games use. So, never played Days Gone, but cool that they're looking into a shared universe with co-op play for like a sequel. Like, that's cool. I never played Days Gone, but that's really cool.
Okay.
I don't have much to say about the PS5 software update. I haven't really looked into it much. I did notice something, or Lindsay noticed something, and I think I briefly noticed it. With dealing with like the parties or whatever, they like divide it from parties and friends, where you can like flip between the two.
Yeah, I noticed that the other night. I didn't even. Did you do the software update on my PlayStation? Yes. Okay, I was like, I read that and I was like, what? I didn't do this.
And then I never played I don't know if I'll ever play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge. I mean, cool, it's coming to Switch. I know some people are probably excited. Excited to hear that Sucker Punch, it looks like they're going to be making a multiplayer game. So that's exciting. Honestly, I would look forward to a new Infamous game, because Infamous 2 was amazing. And then also with Square Enix coming out saying that they are not for sale. It's like, well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even...
Careful, Microsoft would have been knocking on their door real quick. Yeah,
Microsoft would have just been like, oh, hey, you're for sale? Hey, how's it going? Here's a basket of mini muffins, so...
They do that to people when they're not even, there's not even rumors of them being up for sale.
But yeah, I mean, I like Square Enix. They do some good. I mean, Final Fantasy, you know. We're not going to, you know, talk much about the Marvel Avengers game. We're still waiting on that to get better. But yeah. All right. We're definitely running out of time. So, you know, trivia?
Yeah, I hope you guys have been thinking about that trivia question, because it is time to give our answers. Lindsay?
Yeah. So, my question. What was the first video game to feature basketball legend Michael Jordan? I think you both have an answer, and I think it's the same answer, unless y'all have come up with a new one.
A Space Jam.
Yeah, so logic would dictate that it's probably some kind of like NBA game, but my brain is just really tickled by the idea that the very first game that Michael Jordan would be in would be some Space Jam game.
So I'm
going to say Space Jam.
Yeah. No, like, whenever she said Michael Jordan, and I was like, Space Jam's the first thing I'm thinking of, because I know that would be like a video game that would be made.
So, and it's topical right now because Space Jam 2 is coming out.
Yeah. So we're both going to say Space Jam.
Well, you were both incorrect. Oh. It is Jordan versus Bird. Michael Jordan first made
versus Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Wow.
He first made an official appearance in 1988's Jordan vs. Bird 1-on-1 by EA. He could not be featured in prior NBA-based based games due to opting out of the NBA Players Association.
Nintendo for the NES, Sega Genesis, Commodore 64, Commodore 64, Game Boy, and DOS. What is it? And it has like a little. There's like a little one of those electronic handheld like crappy game things that you would buy at like a toy store from back in the day. It's like one of those. My
Wow.
word.
Wow.
So I don't know when did the first Space Jam movie come out?
Oh, that was like 96?
Yeah, so this
96?
was a good bit before that.
Yeah,
No, 98.
this came out in 88, and then Space Jam. Space Jam came out in 96.
There was a Space Jam video game though. That released in 96 as well.
That's cool. I mean, I'm fine with not getting it right because that means that Will didn't get it right too.
I mean, pick your battles.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah. All right.
Man.
But we are going to wrap up this episode. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna wrap this episode. So, but we want you to be able to contact us
Words.
on other media platforms. Will, where can listeners do this?
Linktree.
Yeah.
Our
not
link
wrong.
tree is at OOTB_gaming. Inside there, you can find our Discord, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, etc. Basically, anything and everything that you guys need to try to find us, except for our home addresses, which you can't have. Check out our Patreon and all the awesome perks you can unlock there. And we want to give a huge thank you to our Collector's Edition Patreon, Cody Watkins, also known as Kitsune Myth. He's one heck of a guy. He's also doing his own podcast with some of our other friends, Bearded Banter, which happens not every Saturday, but happens some Saturdays right before our podcast. So be sure to check him out and say what's up and share the love.
And speaking of Patreons, it does give you extra entries to our quarterly giveaway, which we had one a couple weeks ago. It went great. And we gave out Dead by Daylight, Valheim, and a gift card to Steam.
Well, that's what they chose.
That's what they chose. So yeah. But mostly, yeah, join the Discord. That's where we hang out most of the time. So and then if you want to find me, you can do that by going to YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram at AceKing, and Twitter is AceKing77.
Please make sure to leave a review on our podcast on whichever platform you found us. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, hit all those buttons, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you know when we post a new video. And as always, thanks for listening, and please join us next week.
This has been Out of the Box Gaming with Nick Picard, Will Kinsey, and Lindsay. Thanks for playing along.